Hello, and welcome to issue 13 of our newsletter, as our exclusive video for our email subscribers. Before we begin, I'd just like to thank you for your continued support of the channel. Right, now we've got the intro out of the way, let's get started. Right, so first of all, contributor news. Eric Capitan, if you're familiar with him, he's one of our authors. He appeared quite a few times on the show, submitted a few stories, has started his own channel, Carnage Reviews. So he's going to be pretty much similar to Lesbian, just in his own style, obviously, reviewing horror movies, books, games, you name it. New project. We've talked about back and forth about this, and obviously plan to join in a couple of his streams. I think he's going to do a mixture of recorded videos and streams, just obviously as the thing goes. But I know he's planning to do Alone in the Dark, 1982 film, so that'll be his first one. Obviously keep up to date about there. Channel's up. I've shared a link in the email, and obviously as I get more news I'll share it with you. Right, guest streams. I will be appearing on Evil Live this Sunday for that's the 21st for the first game of Anomaly. So obviously we've been talking about it for that a while, and if you remember I shared the character creation process, so that was the first video we did. Now is the first time we're actually getting together as a group and going through the scenario, Feast of Blades. So as you know, Adam's a good friend of mine. It's a bit casual. You know, he talks about horror, he talks about sci-fi, he talks about the British Bacon Show, you name it, he talks about it. But also that's where we played Army of Darkness game, the Evil Dead RPG, which was a lot of fun. I think it was 3 sessions. So we played 3 sessions of that. That was a 3-session scenario, and all the fun was had by all. There's a few of us that were there before, Cameron and oh my word, I've just forgotten their name. That's clever, isn't it? Anyway, the one that was on before, Lauren. Is it Lauren? I think it's Lauren. Right. Let's go with Lauren. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Sorry, when you get to a certain age, you start forgetting things. Yeah, she'll be on, Cameron, and then we're going to have a few others joining in. Chris, obviously, he's going to be joining in, so that'll be fun. Obviously, if you know Chris from the show, the Tremor Saga, so yeah, that'll be cool. And a couple of others. So, larger group this time. And if you've seen Evil Live's channel, there's loads of videos about he's really massive fan of this game. And it was a big thing in the 90s, and then it just disappeared. Strange, you know, because loads of people into it, but there you go. So we'll be playing that there this Sunday, and then Wednesday the 24th I'm back in Brotherhood of the Dice, and we're on the 3rd session now of Helter Skelter. If you've noticed, when I'm sharing them out, every time we're streaming there's a giveaway, so I believe there's 2 copies of the actual scenario giveaway this time. So what you have to do is be there on the Twitch stream while it's going. You'll be asked to type in a word in the chat, and then the bot thing will do a random selection and pick a name out of the hat, and then you'll get a copy of the PDF. So all good. Even if you've no intention of playing a game, pick up one of these. If there's a chance to pick up one of these scenarios, do it. They're well written, and there's so much effort goes into them, and you'd actually be surprised the quality of writing and storytelling, even compared to a lot of novels. Right, so on to our streams. Beginning Friday 19th of January, I'm going to be doing a horrific review of Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. That's a Guillermo del Toro movie. Watched the last time, I'll probably stick it on again just before I do the review, but so far, a lot of fun, enjoyed it. It's del Toro, it's his method of storytelling, which goes from really thoughtful to shocking. You know, I like him as a director. He's a really good style, and he doesn't rely on gore a lot, but when he does, it's amped and it's shocking. So that's what you want from a horror movie, isn't it? You want that wee bit of, oh, wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I'll be talking about that later on tonight. Saturday the 20th, I'm going to be joined by Northern Nights in Darkness, a bunch of writers that create tabletop RPG games. This lot of scenarios is based on Norse mythology. We are going to be running one of those scenarios in the near future. Obviously, so I haven't read it, because if I'm going to be playing it, I'm not going to spoil it for myself. But yeah, I'm going to be chatting to them guys. We're going to talk about not just the game, but you know, why Norse mythology, what are the maybe lesser known fairy tales or folklore or horror stories that people aren't necessarily familiar with, that can be utilised for storytelling, and just general horror chat. You know it's like there'll be a few challenges as well, which is always good fun. Monday the 22nd of January, Steve and I are going to be together. We're doing a horror review of The Russian Bride. So that was a movie that just came up in conversation. I haven't checked it out yet, but I will before the stream, of course, because I wouldn't review it otherwise. That'd be a bit silly. Yeah, I'll just go on that'd be a good one. Just go on Google and YouTube and see what everybody else thinks, and then just say that. That'd be really integrity based, wouldn't it? But yeah, we're going to talk about that. I saw the trailer of it. Looks like a fun movie. Looks like it's a lot of tension. So looking for that. Tuesday the 23rd of January then, and going to be joined by Brotherhood of the Dice and Infinite Monkey Tales as we continue the Alien role-playing game with the Destroyer of Worlds, first part of this segment of the Draconis Strain trilogy. Got that out first time. There you go, check me out. Getting better at this video stuff, aren't I? Obviously we wrapped up the first part just before the end of last year, so as it's coming back now, a few new players, be interesting to see how that all works out. Bring new folks, and it's a different, obviously different scenario, but it's linked to the first one, so that's why it's a trilogy, because they all come together. It's all part of the same general storyline. Right, Thursday the 25th of January then, Dale and I will be continuing our Peter Jackson filmography journey, and we're going to be doing The Lovely Bones. I absolutely adore this movie. It's, how will I put it, it's quite heart-wrenching, believe it or not. I watched it again, not last night, night before. Although I'll be watching the game before the thing, but I stuck it on the old Blu-ray player, and yeah, that still holds up. And everything that's good about it, you know, in terms of not just a horror story, but sense of unfair treatment, loss, and why me, kind of the whole thing about it. It'd be good to talk to Dale about it as well. This is it's got a paranormal aspect to it as well, but it's a really gut-wrenching story. It is, and Peter Jackson gives it justice without a doubt. There's a couple of opportunities that maybe could have got a bit silly with, but this is Peter Jackson contained within the environment and treating it a bit like Heavenly Creatures. So if you enjoyed Heavenly Creatures, you'll definitely enjoy this. Also, Sunday the 20th of January, got the Horrorific Talk Spot. Obviously Cameron and I, and we're going to be joined by Steve this time, just our monthly wrap up of news and events and what's going on. And then we're going to talk about The Wicker Man and The Wicker Tree. So we're going to talk about the original 1977 Wicker Man. We're never going to mention that other version again. That's stricken from the record. We did that once. Even the stream, I was going to cut it from one of the streams, and even the stream rebelled. It's like, you will never speak of this again. So it'll be fun that there. And then The Wicker Tree is a loosely based sequel, and I say loosely based, but for the purpose of this, we're going to check it out. That was in 2010, I believe it was made. So yeah, quite a bit of a gap. Be interesting to do it there. As always, Steve's been on with Cameron and I before. The three of us will have a laugh and get on together. It's good rapport there. So if you can make it for that stream, fantastic. Monday the 29th of January, Steve and I are back on again, and we're finishing off the Amicus series of anthology films. So we're going to be doing Dr. Terra's House of Horrors. So that's the first one. So we went from the last one to the first one now, and an interesting series so far. So once we do the movie, I think we'll just talk about overall what we thought of the series of movies, and then with Amicus talking about coming back, we will maybe look to the future and see what we're going to bring. There you go. And then Tuesday 30th of January, Horrific Reviews with Chris will be joining us, and we'll be doing the Tremors TV series. So we're going to cover the first two episodes, which is Feeding Frenzy and Ghost Dance. So we're trying to go back up again. Shout out to Levi, by the way, from Tremors Saga, who joined us for the retrospective. That was a 4-hour stream, and to be honest, we could have kept going. Just absolutely, you know, when you got someone's got that sort of energy, and you feed off that energy, and you give that energy back. It just becomes just people enjoying themselves, talking and sharing interest in a franchise and love of one. Also the annoyance where it went wrong and why things happened the way they did when there was absolutely no call for it. When we talk about corporate shenanigans, etc., in the background, which ruins so many movies. It's kind of pathetic the way it does, but it's part of the world, I suppose, and the way these things happen. Just surprising movies happen at all, really, when you think of all the stuff that goes on in the background. But there you go. That is us basically up until the end of January. Of course, that's not an exclusive list. There'll be random streams popping up, things being organised with people. And I know we're already talking about February and planning things out for that, so keep an eye out. We're busy as always, never stop. And also, that's not including when I'm on other channels. So, thanks everyone for tuning in. Oh, I'll just finish off by saying, I know not too many people click on this video. Maybe it's the email, you just don't see it. So what I'm going to start doing now is, with the older videos, so I'll make them available to the public. So I'll go and I'll release the first issue, flick it over so people can see it, get people to sign up to the email list if you want to keep up to date with what's actually happening in the future. So I'll start doing that, the older videos that I've right from the beginning. So still exclusivity. If you're part of the email list, you'll be getting the up-to-date information. Then after a time, I'll just release the older ones, and we'll just keep it like an ongoing thing. So there you go. Like I said, thanks everyone for your support. Thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for helping us grow. It means a lot. Honestly, wouldn't be here without you. It's what makes this all worthwhile. So, as I say, keep up to date with the channel, do the type of clicky things. Until next time, keep it creepy, keep it horrific.